Hey homies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Haley and this is the Mystic Adventure Tarot. A lot of stuff is going on today. I don't want to trigger any specific words because then I don't want bots flooding in and commenting and doing all this dumb political stuff. But I know a lot of people are really stressed out today. I know a lot of people are really going through it today, and I just wanted to put together a message for the collective, for all of us to have a moment to say, where do we go from here? So for such a time as this, you guys have heard that phrase before. I'm sure some of you church kids have heard that phrase before. For such a time as this, when things feel dark, when things feel gray, when things feel like there is no way out of this, there's always a way out. We just have to figure it out together. So for such a time as this, I've got our oracle cards as always. And then we're going to get into our tarot. I chose the Crow Tarot for us today. I've never done just a single collective reading before, so I'm trying to do my intro and I'm like, oh, well, it is what it is. So, all right, guys, let's 111 on my timer. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got going on here. For such a time as this, what can we do? Let's look at our oracle cards. Shuffle out a lot of them. Get creative with the screech owl. And you know what's funny? Owls really do symbolize like wisdom. Athena, the goddess of war, the goddess of the goddess of women, the goddess of war and women. Get creative. How do we move forward? How do we feel better? Become inimitable. Oh yeah, I know. And there's an owl. Look. There's another owl right there, protector of women, girlies, and women identifying folks. The celestial quartz is something that takes time. It's like layers and layers and layers, and it's almost like the earth crushing and crushing and crushing and crushing to create this beautiful rock. Become inimitable. Become so true to yourself that not even, because once it becomes, this type of quartz is really hard to crush. It's a really hard rock. Once you need to become too hard to crush, everyone. Friends, folks, homies. Service. I feel good when I can help others. Yes. Community is going to be very, very important moving forward here, guys. Working together, coming together, being a community. Gorilla. Take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members who will be affected by a lot of the decisions made yesterday. Especially those family members. Chosen family, biological family, doesn't matter. Check in. The Roadrunner. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things too seriously. We're gonna, y'all, we're not done. We're not out of the game. We're not out of the game, okay? Let's keep going. Second house, Taurus. Material goods, money, values, security, work ethic, income, expenses, career, possessions, budgeting, assets, financial stability, personal finances. Okay, so for such a time as this, where are we going from here? A message. It's time to start getting our monetary together. It's time to start structuring in a way that allows us to come together. Seventh house, dude, partnerships. Libra, partnerships. The feminine, you guys, the feminine, the femmes and the feminine. We're the ones, y'all know what's up. You guys know what this reading is about. You know what this reading is for. Partnerships. Marriage, relationships, friendships, business partners, contracts, agreements, joint endeavors, sharing, negotiations, cooperation, relating to each other. Stop. Love, yes. Bro, love will stop anything. Believe it or not. Love can stop anything. And that's so cliche and that's so cheesy. I know, you guys, I know, but really think about that shit. Love can overcome anything. No matter how long hate is on the planet, there will always be love, and love will always overcome it. What do we got? We have pride. We have dignity. Yes. relationship harmony. Wow. The vibe here, you guys, for such a time as this, what do we do? What are we doing? We're connecting with each other. We are coming together. This is the time for us to come together, collective. This is the time for us to take pride in ourselves, take pride in who we are, what we're trying to do, where we're going. Take pride in, as women, I'm going to say to our girls and our femmes, girlies, we fucking got this shit. Just know that. We got this shit. It doesn't matter who comes against us. It doesn't matter who stands up against us. It doesn't matter. Women always overcome. We always overcome. We always heal. We always rebuild. Remember in World War II, all the men were gone. All the countries, not just the US, all the countries, all the men were gone. And guess what? We all got together and we stepped the fuck up and we fucking handled that shit. We handled our households, we handled our lives, we handled everything until the boys could come home. And that's what the fuck we're gonna do now, you guys. Just so y'all know, and I'm getting emotional already because this is so much. But we need to stand on our dignity. We need to stand on our dignity. We need to stand on who we are. We need to be of service to each other. We need to be able to laugh in the face of adversity. We need to get creative and we need to build together and we need to take pride in who we are and stop the bullshit. We got to stop the bullshit and we need to create harmony. Our communities, the reason the world is so divided is because our communities can't even get on the same page. And we need to start within our own families. We need to start within our families, and then we need to move on to our friends, and then we need to move on to our associates, and we need to move on to every other person that we encounter, and we need to change our perspective on how we deal with each other and how we deal with people. And I'm not talking about people who don't agree that people should have human rights. I'm talking about within our own social circles, within our quote unquote communities, our harmonious relationships that are supposed to be us on the same team. We need to get it together and we need to work together, put our pride to the side, or rather stop putting our pride on each other and start taking pride in ourselves and our work. We need to build, you guys. We need to build, we need to create, we need to develop partnerships that are unbreakable. We need to become an unbreakable chain. An unbreakable chain, an immovable rock, you guys. The collective, we need to become an immovable force. What is the, I need to look it up, but isn't it like what happens when an immovable force, or when an unstoppable force encounters an immovable object? We need to be a fucking immovable object so that this unstoppable force ain't gonna touch us, ain't gonna do shit. We need to come together, we need to build. We need to educate. We need to learn. We need to continue to heal ourselves and heal each other so that it doesn't matter what the fuck is going on in the world. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world because we need to build such strong communities that it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. We will protect and take care of each other, and we're good. And we don't need to be codependent on beings that do not have our best interest in mind. We need to stand strong. We need to take time to listen to each other and listen to ourselves. Listen to our dignity. And then stand on our dignity. I said it before, collective, but stand on our fucking dignity. All right. I wrote a spread for this, for such a time as this. Card number 1. How can I best support myself during this time? How can I best support myself during this time? Woo! What did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you guys? The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles upright. How can I best support myself? Is you need to make sure that you are abundant. You need to make sure that you start with yourself. Like I said, in order to create this establishment, because that's what the 10 of Pentacles is. At the end of the day, the 10 of Pentacles is establishment. It is family. It is family matters. It is a business. It is a lifetime achievement. And you're about, and how we can best support ourselves is to remember what the goal is. We know what the end goal is, girlies. We know what the end goal is, gays. We know what the end goal is, guys. We freaking know. Okay? So let's all start working and start building and educating and learning and coming together so that we can bring all of our pentacles together and make a 10. You know? Start respecting your friends' businesses. Start respecting your family's business, like financial businesses. Start supporting, like we say it all the time, and it's really cliche and it's really annoying because I see people post it online all the time about like support small business, support Black business, support Latino business, but we don't actually do that. And it's time that you stop saying, oh, well, it's too expensive to support your small business, and say, well, you know what? If I'm serious about it, I'm going to double down and I'm actually going to invest in my community. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to invest in my own education. I'm going to invest in my friends. I'm going to invest in who I am. Whether I have the money or not, it's not about the money. It's about the mentality. Okay? Collective, it's not about how much money you have because we are all broke. Don't let social media fool you. Everybody is broke because life is expensive right now. So it's time to start building those structures for ourselves. Start building our families up, whether they be our biological families or our chosen families. It's time to restructure. It's time to it's time to come together and build a legacy that they cannot stop. That no one can stop. How can I support others? This is how you go support yourself. That 10 of Pentacles, honey. Come on now, girlies. We got this shit. They could try. They could try all they fucking want to. They'll never stop us. They'll never slow us down. You know why? Because like I said, love wins. At the end of the day, love overcomes. Partnerships overcome. We always, as women, as queer people, as, whatever you identify with, we always overcome as a species, humanity. And at the end of the day, I believe, and maybe I'm just someone who like wants to believe that there's better, but I've seen better. And I know that we always overcome and we always realize and we always change. It's not over here, you guys. For such a time as this, it's time for us to stand up. Stand the fuck up. I'm gonna stand up. What do we got? How can I support others? I'm going to take it. The Wheel of Fortune. How can you support others? It's time to get that wheel spinning, you guys. Double tens. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. This is a lot more positive than I thought. The Wheel of Fortune, it's time to start cranking the gears. There's going to be some unexpected success. I know that shit feels dark right now and it feels like the end, but trust me, collective. Problems will be solved. We will overcome. We will move past. There's going to be some unexpected events. There's going to be a change in the wind that we were not prepared for. And so we should prepare for it now. And it's going to be the best change. We are the wind of change. Remember that, collective. We are the people. They are not the people. We are the people. So remind yourself that within this, how you can support others is to not only build your own success, but to start helping other people build their success. Start helping other people. All of us need to come together and really make an actual plan for how we are going to bring this turning point. We're at the turning point. Dude, this is a tower, you guys. This is a fucking tower. We're there. And we can make that change. We are the turning point. I'm telling y'all. Where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we, the collective, right? So how can we support ourselves? How can we support other people? Where do we go from here? For such a time as this, where do we go from here? This one. Two of Cups reversed. What did I tell you? Fix these relationships. And I'm not talking about toxic family members who don't give a fuck. I'm talking about building stronger relationships within your own community, within your own friend group. Dude, the 10 of Cups on the freaking bottom. Y'all, this 2 of Cups reversed Where do we go from here? We need to recognize where we are lacking harmony, where these relationships are out of balance, where these things are breaking up. We need to break up with the bullshit, and we need to lock in on what's really working for us, what's best for us, what's really going to bring us that joy, that success, so that no matter what is going on in the world, no matter who the president is, no matter what the hell is happening around you, you're locked in and you're good, because you, not only are you good, but your people are good. Okay? It's time, dude, this is community, collective. Come together. It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to really get involved in our community services, such as, the local food banks. It's time to get involved in it. Not just, people think that community stuff is like, oh, the YMCA. Get involved with that. Get involved. That's the vibe here. It's time to get involved. It's time to stop focusing on the partnerships and on the things that are not in balance with you, and it's time to really lock in on the ones that are in balance with you, and the ones that do matter, and the ones that give a fuck about you. Fuck the rest. The ones that don't support you, who gives a fuck about them? Our lives are in danger. Like this shit is no joke. This shit is no joke. And we need to stop acting like we're too cool for each other. We need to stop acting like, oh, some people are just not as aware as I am. It don't fucking matter. Get on the same page. Sorry, I don't mean to be yelling at y'all, but it's time for us to get on the same page, everybody. It's time for us to, even if we can't completely see eye to eye on everything, not in terms of human rights, but in terms of other niche opinions that we have, it's time for us to get on the same fucking page and really start to build something sustainable. Our world is not sustainable. We have not built anything that is going to last. And this is our opportunity to take charge of our own lives and take control back for ourselves and build a world that is going to last, regardless of who is in charge. Where can we draw strength? We can draw strength in the fight, baby. We can draw strength in the fight. We've got the 5 of Wands upright. And interestingly enough, we have the 9 of Swords reversed, which the 9 of Swords reversed is like, things feel hopeless right now. Things feel like this is the fucking end. But honey, it's time to fight back. Fight in your local legislation, fight at work, fight corporation, and I'm not talking about go burn somebody's building down, okay? So don't take me out of context. I'm talking about change your perspective and start putting in the work for yourself. We're not striving against the machine. Who cares about the fucking machine? We're a part of it. There's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing we can do to stop that right now. So play the game, and play the game well, and strategize well, and beat them at their own bullshit. They want to come in and they want to start taking away rights. Okay, cool. Start hitting them where it hurts. Start hitting them where it hurts. Start hitting them in their money. Start hitting them in their influence. It's time to fight. It's time to fight back fight the hopelessness. Where can we draw strength? In our willingness and our power to come together and defeat, to overcome. Where can we fight back? That's my next one, actually. Where can we fight back? How can we fight back? The collective. Let me get a good shuffle. Let me get a good shuffle in here. How can we fight back? Collective. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope this is helpful for you. Where can we fight back from those who want to bring harm upon us? 5 of Cups. Okay. We've got the 5 of Cups. Walking away from, like I said, the things that don't. The way that we can fight back is to walk away. Accept it. Accept the L. Look at all these 5s. 5, 5, 10, 10, 10. 2 times 5 is 10. We need to accept what's happened and move on from what has happened and start to focus on what are we going to do next? How are we going to bounce back? How are we going to spring into action? How are we going to defend ourselves? How are we going to defend each other? How are we going to protect ourselves and each other? What are we going to do? That's what we got to focus on. It's too late now. We can't change the outcome. My phone had cut out, so I had to really quickly clear up some space. But on top of that, I was shuffling again when my phone cut out, and we got the Ace of Pentacles. Dude, walk away from accept the shit that we can't change and start building a new future for ourselves. Just because an individual who's not a savory character is in charge does not mean that the fight's not over. The game is not over. Dude, I cannot give you any more confirmation. I personally have never received a reading or given a reading that has this much positive outcome. Because it's not going to come from the place that you think it is. The positive outcome, where can we fight back? We can accept it, and we can build, and we can create, and we can focus on the new opportunities. We can create opportunities. We can manifest. There's so much money here. There's a lot of physical, so much monetary. It's time to start building in the 3D, I think is the vibe here. I just saw 111 on my timer again. How can we best protect ourselves? Woo, honey, what the heck? What the heck? The Page of Pentacles and the World upright. Dude, you cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. The Page of Pentacles and the World. How can we protect ourselves? By creating a world, by manifesting the world we want to live in. And manifesting, I've said it before on this channel, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, magic universe, give me what I want. I hope the world changes. No, get out there and change the world. It's time to learn. The Page of Pentacles is a learner. The Page of Pentacles is a scholar. The Page of Pentacles is working on their craft. And how can we best protect ourselves? By learning and teaching and being loud and proud. Living out loud. Live as freely as you possibly can. Enjoy every aspect of life that you possibly can, because there are people who can't right now. Take advantage of the world that you want to create, and start building, start creating. Come together, support each other's businesses, support each other's ideas, support yourself, support your own ideas. Support the belief that you are capable, that you are qualified, that you are able, despite other people trying to say that you don't have value in this world, because you do. You do. You have value in this world, and you're gonna overcome. We collective, we are going to overcome. I cannot make this up. I can't make this up. Fight back. It's time to fight back. It's time to build. It's time to create. It's time to connect with those that are right for us. Time to fix our communities. It's time to fix our relationships with each other. It's time to fix our friendships. This change is not going to happen monetarily, or the monetary change is not going to happen until we change ourselves. Until we start saying, you know what? It's time for us to work together. It's time for us to build together. It's time for us to create the world that we actually want. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people in the world who don't have the way to say what they want. And a lot of people actually want the same things. We just don't know how to get on the same page, because there's all this rhetoric and all this bullshit and all this back and forth, and you can't even communicate with people. And I think that that's what this is calling you to do, is it's time to communicate with each other and with others around us. The World card also represents like the world, you know? How can we best protect ourselves? It's time to teach the world what the fuck we are about as women, as queer people, as individuals who feel personally victimized by what the fuck is going on. It's time to show the world who we are. It's time to give everything we have to just living. It's time to be alive, be alive and outside and be seen, be loud, be heard. Get out there and do your shit, collective. Get out there and be. Get out there and live. I want you to, remember, I don't know who watched that. If you watched a certain pile, I can't even remember which pile it was, but from the message from your parent, I want you to get out there and I want you to live. Let's get our final thoughts and I'll be done. Ooh. I'll do it in this order. Pause. Time to take a breather. Hang back and gather yourself. Resting even briefly will allow profound thoughts, insights to Pause. Hang back and gather yourself. Resting even briefly will allow profound insights to arise and give you the energy you need to make it to the finish line. Take a breather. It's okay to be sad today, but don't let this stop you. Don't let this be the end. This is not the end for us at all. This is the beginning, honey. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. Regroup. Wait to proceed. Stop and regroup before you make your next moves. Give yourself and others a chance to check in, review, and then proceed with clarity and intention. What did I say? It's time for people to start getting together. And like I said, start with yourself. Start working on yourself. Start working on your relationships. Start working on the people outside of that circle. But you need to start fixing relationships. We collectively, we as a people need to start fixing the way that we communicate with each other. As a race, as a species, we need to work on how we communicate with each other, how conflict resolution. Have you seen how horrible conflict resolution is within our own home communities? We need to work on that. We need to work on talking to each other and figuring it out without having all these explosive reactions. We need to figure out how to work together and build together so that we are not codependent on a system. Okay? Sorry, you know what? Whatever. Be your best. Arise as your best self. Take a moment to recognize that you have always been doing the best you can. Take a moment to recognize that you have always been doing the best you can. Once you see this in yourself, it will be easier to see it in others. Community, community, community. You guys, come together. And not in a stupid, phony, baloney, hippie way of like, let's come together and let's do love. That's what our grandparents did and it didn't frickin' work. Remember the Woodstock and the hippie movement and let's all come together and let's just love each other. Obviously it didn't work. We need to actually learn how to love each other. We need to actually learn how to come together. We need to actually learn how to build something sustainable. Last ones. Focus. What really matters? Energy flows where your attention goes. Organize and prioritize what is important to you, and it will energize these parts of your life. Period. Period. Spiritual path. Realign with your spirit. Refocus on your spiritual life and actively connect with the divine. Honoring your true self allows you to get back into sync with your highest good. Damn, collective. It's time to regroup, make a plan, and kick some ass. Okay? I love you guys. I hope this was helpful for you. Comment down below. Let me know. I don't need you to like or comment or subscribe because, you can comment. I would love to hear from you, but the like and subscribe part, it doesn't matter. Today, it don't matter. I just want y'all to take the time to breathe, take care of yourself. I love you. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.